4. Tell us another story about Rabbi Kahane. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story that I think was one of the great ones about Rabbi Kahane, our teacher and our leader and our rabbi. A Soviet diplomat visited Israel in the early 1970s. And Rabbi Kahane, of course, we had the campaign then to free Soviet Jews. The traitor Israeli government didn't care at all about Soviet Jews and betrayed Soviet Jews, and all they cared about was trying to restore diplomatic relations with the Soviet Union, because the Soviet Union had broken off diplomatic relations in the 1967 Six-Day War, and the main goal of the Israeli government was to restore those relations and didn't care about what happened to 2 million Soviet Jews that were being trapped behind the Iron Curtain. Rabbi Kahane, though, of course, loves his fellow Jews and was always loyal to his fellow Jews, and so he did care. He was in Israel then in the early 70s, and so the Soviet diplomat had a press conference in Israel. And he was there at the press conference with Israeli dignitaries, and Rabbi Kahane disguised himself with a wig, and I don't remember what else, but he had a wig on, and he disguised himself. He got into the press conference in a disguise, and he went up to the Soviet diplomat at the press conference and punched him in the face. Punched him in the face in front of everyone. And, this was a story in Israel, and the Soviets went crazy, and the Israeli government went crazy, and Rabbi Kahane said, "You're not coming to the Jewish homeland, and you're not going to give us the impression that we could be friends and everything is wonderful with you while you're holding 2 million of our brothers and sisters hostage." What a wonderful example of Ahavat Yisrael, of love of his fellow Jews. This was a rabbi. This was a leader. This was a Maccabee. This was a true great leader, just as Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, when he saw an Egyptian beating a Jew, what did Moshe Rabbeinu, what did Moses do? He killed the Egyptian. He smote the Egyptian and buried him in the sand. He killed the Egyptian that was beating a Jew when Moses saw this. And so Rabbi Kahane, in the great tradition of Moshe Rabbeinu, in the great tradition of other great Jewish leaders like David HaMelech, like King David, Rabbi Kahane was not only a Torah scholar, he was a hero, he was a fighter, he was a believer in Jewish rights and Jewish honor and Jewish survival, and was burning with love for his brothers and sisters. That was a true Jewish leader.